work cut out for him. But
Yeah,
I feel like Terran's in a good spot in TvZ, at least according to the Katowice results.
I think so, and that Solar absolutely is the favorite for this cup today. Uh, he's got to play two Terrans, one being Innovation if he wins against KeeN, but beating KeeN in the first place isn't going to be an easy task, as he can be a pretty sharp Terran at times. And there he is, in the bottom right.
He's got the Carbot skin, the Carbot Ghost skin. That's a fun one. Spinning around his command center there. Am I on your camera? Nope, now I am. All right, yeah. So there's our ghost. Sorry, I thought I was on KeeN's camera for accident.
Going for a ride on from the pro gamer point of view.
Yeah, I was like, why is LaughNgamez going nuts with the camera? And then in the top left, did we already? Am I backwards here?
Yeah. Oh yeah, top left.
Yeah. We got Solar. He's here. Onside gaming, looking cool. Terry the Overlord scouting out, looking for dem proxies. KeeN's not interested in that, although I would be surprised if he didn't try to bust one out here in the first, well, one of these games today anyway. He's got some chances.
I personally, I hope we see a battle cruiser rush from KeeN. Maybe an attempt at mech or something bizarre.
For sure. Although, I don't know. Battlecruiser Rush. It's just, I haven't seen it work. Zergs just know how to be ready for it. They know how many ghosts they need. Or queens they need. I was like, they also need ghosts.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what KeeN's going to go for, because playing the standard against Solar will be very difficult. Maybe like a quick third command center or something to try and get an economic edge. Because, yeah, not going to be easy any other way to defeat Solar in a macro game, because we all know how good Solar is. When you give him like 80 drones, he just makes units, and he is very darn good at his defense and everything like that. Like, you're going to have a hard time making a push or something work against Solar unless you're very sharp.
Yeah, 100%. I just cast a game that he played against Cure, though, from a replay I got from Wardy recently.
Ooh.
And Cure just kind of defended to win. It was interesting. It was like a very soul kind of a TvZ, or
Ooh.
Spirit now. Yeah. Like, it's one of those games where the Zerg player ends up losing on a final attack that just doesn't quite work, and they don't have any money to remax, and the Terran's got a ton of stuff left over after the attack, and it's just like, oh, that's such a weird way to lose a game. So
Maybe we'll see KeeN try that this game, go for the more late game style. In that case, Solar will be looking to just try and get up a healthy drone count as quick as he can to allow him to kill the Terran before the Terran really gets established, because Zerg can hit 90 drones quicker than a Terran can hit 200, all upgrades, ghosts, that kind of thing. The Terran has got to weather a few attacks before that.
100%. And just like Terran players can't leave Zergs alone entirely, Zergs really can't leave Terrans alone entirely to get up to 6 bases and 17 command centers and orbitals and planetaries everywhere, and giant pack of ghosts, and it just gets real bad after that.
That makes a happy Terran if you let them do that.
So it's kind of fun that way.
Seems my microphone was a bit louder than usual, so I'm going to turn that down just a tick. If you guys have any comments regarding the audio, feel free to let us know and everything.
Yeah, definitely. We'll try to read the chat.
Tell KeeN $10 if he nukes Solar. Poor Solar has been nuked enough.
Although he was on the other side of a terrible nuke the other day.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, the Twitch clip is like Solar and a crazy nuke. You know, like, oh no, Solar, not again. But like a Terran opponent totally like accidentally nukes his own stuff when Solar just kind of watches on. It's great. You go in expecting Solar to lose everything, and instead the Terran's like, blah.
I wonder if I saw that one or not.
Let me see if I can. Well, as long as we're paused, let me go into my Discord server and see if I can find that clip, because it's pretty funny. Because yeah, you totally expect it just to be like, oh no, Solar again.
Yeah, so if we talk about the game that's unfolding presently,
Here it is.
we have got KeeN going to be going for a Marauder Hellbat attack, which is definitely better than a regular Hellbat attack. Solar, though, is very good at defending these kind of things.
Absolutely. This, I don't know, is dicey. It's weird. Hellbat attacks, I can see them. Sometimes they do a ton of damage, and sometimes they do nothing. It's just like, there's never really in between, where it's like, oh, they got some stuff done. It's like, no, it's either they failed miserably and fell on their faces, embarrassingly, or they killed the third, and like all the queens are now dead, and it's like, oh, wow, way to go.
Yeah, there's like 8 queens already out for Solar. That's a really good amount. Although the angle that KeeN's coming on in from here is really going to back them into a corner. He's going to go up the natural. We'll see. Okay.
Try to come up this ramp, queens.
Spore Crawler repositioning. There's not many air units except that one Medivac, but getting that would be huge for Solar. Hellbats and Marauders on the ramp. Wow. Queens are going to go up it. The Lings are going to go up it. So far, really not many drones have died, however. So those drones just got to run. Queens are engaging. No transfuse on that one, so one of them actually dies. There's no creep separate connecting these two bases, so that's actually going to prevent these queens from retreating, but it looks like they don't need to, as Solar is going to clean that up.
So KeeN just kind of repositioned where that battle took place. It should have happened like the third. But instead, KeeN was like, let's do this in the main instead.
Yeah, makes you wonder if you should try and kill all the queens if you're going for this kind of attack. Use the Marauders to tag the queens and then try and get them with your Hellbats. Because if you give the queens time, they will eventually clean up that attack, and that's exactly what happened there.
Yeah, that was tough. But again, not really that surprising either. Like I said, a lot of the time, those attacks get nothing done. Wow, that drone died? That drone was not in the circle of death. I call shenanigans.
Its big toe was in the circle.
I don't think it was. It was way out of the circle when it died. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, Baneling Nest coming in from Solar. Like, you and me, Zerg players, we probably need a Baneling Nest to deal with a Hellbat attack. Not Solar, though. Honestly, not any of the elite Zerg players out there.
No, the queens are more than enough most of the time, and the Spore Crawler repositioning was huge to help injure that Medivac to force KeeN to reposition. There's a third up for the Terran, however. 12 Marines at a time. Liberator defending that third. Siege tanks and Medivacs are on the way out behind this. This is just going to be a big old mass Marine push from KeeN with some tanks to back it up. Gotta wait for that combat shield to finish up before he can really make the magic happen, but he snabs an Overlord, cleans up a bit of creep for his prior advance.
Banelings don't have speed yet, so they kind of suck. Yeah, we're at just that point of the game where KeeN's going to try to show up 3 bases, Marine siege tanks, get the siege tanks placed in good positions, and try to take the Zerg player down before they get too big and too scary. Clearing that creep definitely helps. Ooh, catching some Banelings would be good, but even slow Banelings on creep are pretty zippy. Nice target on the Banes, kind of. Yeah, this creep receding is really nice for KeeN right now. And more tumors are dying too. Oh, that one stayed alive though. Medivacs taking some hits from those queens. Not what they want to do. They're really important to this working. Siege tank sieges up. Marines try to drag the queens into siege tank range. And maybe Banelings into siege tank range too, into Liberator range. A Ling attack down to the south end of the third base of KeeN is happening, though there's nothing to stop this but a wall of supply depots, which isn't even a wall.
A good reaction, though, as Liberators and Marines come in, gonna push that away. KeeN's holding his position here. He's only got 2 tanks with this, though, but then he's got the 1 Liberator as well, so he can try and leapfrog. He's gonna have to... He really needs to bait Solar into a pre-set-up position. He's charging forward. Lings are coming from behind, off of creep notably. Banelings are getting connections though, and KeeN does not split well enough. This army is going to get wiped as Solar is going to run through this. We'll see how far he can take it. He's going off of creep. KeeN eating more Banelings though as that happens. The micro is there, but it's not perfect.
No, it's not. And I mean, we're talking about KeeN here, right? It's not Inno. It's not Maru. It's not Cure.
Not
but
Beyond.
Not Beyond. Right. Not any number of Zerg players, but... I don't know. Liberator really sucks at defending against Lingbane stuff because there are just too many of them and fire speed is too slow and that Liberator is going to die. And Solar is so confident. He is off creep with these Banelings, wiping out a siege tank. And there's a small force here, 57 to 58 army supply, but Solar has, what, 5 bases, 81 workers. He's pumping Lings and Banes. He's getting Adrenal now and 2-2. And KeeN says it's time to pull the boys.
Up to a hive behind this, and yeah, this is not looking too hot here for KeeN. The Zerg is unharassed getting to this situation. Solar's got a Ultraless Cavern on the way now, and KeeN has failed to make something happen with his big attack. He's floating over his main to keep his boys working.
Interesting. All right, I'm okay with that. Ultraless Cavern is on the way.
Yeah, what is a Terran that's producing mass marines going to do against Ultra Cavern?
Ultras? Bad. They're going to do bad.
Oh dear. Viper's on the way too. That's going to be huge. Blinding Clouds on the few tanks that KeeN has is really going to make it hard to dodge those Banelings and whatnot.
Yeah, this is tough. When these Lings have Adrenal, everything changes too. KeeN, clear that creep. Do what you can, brother. Get more Marauders. You're getting more Marauders. That's great. You're going to need them. Because the tiny baby Ultralisks are coming for you. Again, Banelings off creep, coming up a ramp into a Terran position is traditionally very bad for the Zerg, but there is just so much Solar here.
I mean,
he just doesn't
13
care.
SCVs, but yeah, like, it's not like, oh my gosh. Yeah,
never mind.
Oh,
that went from 13 to 30 really fast.
I was trying to play devil's advocate and be like, well...
maybe... Brutal. Okay, so Solar holds on against the early Hellbat attack quite effectively. His workers active graph is just in like sad. I'm glad you can't see it, Terran fans, because that wasn't great.
There was not a lot of active workers by the end there.
No. Kind of fell off a cliff. All right, cool. So we're going to hop into our next match. It's going to be on Ancient Cistern. Which, I don't know, not a bad Terran map. A lot of ramps to put tanks on, a lot of ramps to set Marines and Marauders and Widow Mines on the top of.
That's true. Those, the build that KeeN went for, though, like, or not even necessarily the build, like, the Hellbats were its own thing that could have maybe been improved or done differently. The other thing is just going for that mass Marine style. Like, you need to micro, like, perfectly to make that style work, almost.
Right.
Like, there's a reason Beyond can get away with doing that so often. It's because his micro is insane.
Exactly. It's a very, very high skill level to pull that off. It's kind of like Cyril's defend style. It's tough to do as perfectly as he does. Just certain things out there that us mortals are not intended to try to pull off. Top right, game number 2, Onside Gaming Solar.
And in the bottom left, he's keen to get a win here. It's KeeN. And he is very keen indeed, as he sends out that boy.
Oh, what's our plan here, sir? Proxies, maybe?
I don't know if there's much maybe about it, Falcon.
Fair.
KeeN got whooped in that last game. He's like, all right, let's flip a coin.
It is time. It is time for the shenanigans.
Okay, 2 Rex play from this Terran.
Now the play is always, do the Overlords see this? And Solar does seem to have an Overlord heading in that general direction. Not this one, though. The other one. Oh, yeah. That is... That is Solar being like, all right, let me check the standard proxy positions on this map. Not here. Okay. How about down? Oh, there it is. All right, good.
Yep, as expected.
Yeah, this is just, it's the power of knowing the map and knowing where your opponents are going to try to proxy you. And there it is. So KeeN is in the unenviable position of trying to proxy a Zerg player who knows the proxy's coming a good while before it shows up.
Drone's already being pulled by Solar. He's, however, got 10 still mining. That's going to be enough to allow him to produce Lings. There's a Reaper on the way behind this for KeeN, so he's already thinking about his transition, it would appear.
Smart.
And transition he must.
Yeah, this isn't happening. Drones are really good against unupgraded smaller numbers of Marines. They're faster than the Marines are. They hit them pretty hard. SCVs are better fighters, I feel like.
Okay, 2 Reapers on the way for KeeN, so he is going to be just continuing on with aggression, but pivoting, which I don't mind because, oh my gosh, Solar is actually going for a surround with the drones here. This seems a little ambitious. Now that the Reaper's out, he's definitely going to have to abandon that thought. Drones and Lings, however, do destroy the bunker at the front.
Yeah, once the bunker's done, that's pretty much it. Yeah, drones going back to work. Lings are out. I don't know. Like, slow Lings kind of suck against Reapers, but on creep with Queen support, they'll be fine. All right, so that was fun. KeeN's going to lift his barracks and head home, I imagine, or continue to make Reapers, I guess. Sure, man. Whatever you're into. Feel like Maro would just pick up and go home at this point, but you do you.
Yeah, I get the desire to try and make something happen after this, and maybe he can get something done, but with speed on the way for Solar, there definitely is going to be a timer on this.
Yep. I mean, speed's not a fast upgrade, and it was a little bit late on starting, but yeah, Queens just, they take so many hits to die, and the slow Lings are out, and I don't know. Solar is in a bit of a tough position here because the Reaper count getting higher and higher and higher.
Yeah, a little bit.
And the Queen HP isn't super healthy.
That's the way that this can definitely snowball for the Zerg. Solar is only producing like 1 more Queen, a few more Lings. He's only got 9 Lings to his name. Transfuses are finishing up now, so that's going to be a big deal, keeping these Queens alive a while longer. Solar making drones, making more Lings and more Queens. He's got the Lings in position on this ramp to push these away, which is very good planning from the Zerg. The Reapers jump down, grenade, then jump back up. But this is going to be at least like 1 dead Reaper, I think.
Yep, good call. 1 Reaper down. Reaper swinging into the Nat here, gonna run right into a face full bunch of Lings. Metabolic boost is now done. I think that's going to be about it for these Reapers, and I think they recognize that as they're just heading straight home. They didn't see the speedlings, but I think they figured basically the timing.
Yeah, now Solar's drone count isn't fantastic this game. He's only on 32, so he was delayed. I think he might have pulled the drones a little bit too long in response to that, and that hurt his economy quite a bit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, anytime you're going to pull that many drones off the line, getting that many Lings that early, it's going to hurt your economy for sure. But I mean, that's the power of Zerg and the elite Zergs, is knowing, okay, I'm down in economy, but I can afford to drone up now. And he's making 7 drones at a time. So he's going to be okay here.
Wait. Look at the production tab.
8 drones at a time.
No. Look at KeeN's production.
Oh, okay. Double Tech Lab, double Starport. I'm intrigued.
It's got to be Banshees, right?
Yeah, I was going to say Banshees.
Okay, this is the kind of thing I wanted to see from this crazy Terran.
Mass Banshee Hyperflight Rotor. Let's go. Triple Starport Banshee. I mean, pretty annoying. It is Hyperflight. Woohoo! I'm trying to think. I cast a game where somebody tried this. I don't think it went very well, but it was fun. I guess that was a lower level game too, so that doesn't really count.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's the problem. This always looks cool, and people are like, Hyperflight Rotor Banshees are great. They are not.
No, Banshees are just too squishy is the problem.
They got to get way too close. The queens with their bajillion range just snipe them down like it's nothing. And they're very pricey too.
Right. And yes, they're invisible, but Overseers aren't that expensive for Zerg, so whatever. Get a couple spores up, you'll have a good time.
Solar does just have the one spore. I think he had a second on the way, but he canceled it perhaps. Reapers and Hellions moving across the map.
Right into Queens. So frustrating as a Terran player to be like, I'm gonna go harass. And then immediately the Queens are just like, did you want to go here?
Okay, Aspire on the way for Solar. That's a good answer to Hyperflight Rotors. A couple of Mutas really will do the trick. Lings are going in for a counterattack towards the third base of KeeN. SCVs were just transferring there. Banshees will be scouted by these Lings, so that's going to give Solar a bit of a heads up. Battle Cruisers will be the follow-up.
Yeah, and a Battle Cruiser. You've got 3 starports with Tech Labs. Might as well, I guess. I don't know that I've seen a battle cruiser win in a ZVD in a while. Whether it's a rush or a later gameplay.
Yeah, the concern is the economy. Like, KeeN is just getting up his 5th and 6th gas. Like, that's a lot of resources he needs. Banelings connect, they kill off a mule. That's about it. Yeah. Good reaction there by Solar. Overseer scouts on in, sees the fusion core, so... We'll see what he's going to make. Is he just going to make Corruptors? Like, does he throw down a Roach Warren too to provide some meat in this army?
Nope. Just making Corruptors. That's all you need. It's just Battle Cruisers and Banshees, man.
Yeah, I'm more so referring to deal with the Hellions. I guess
Queens
is he
can
going to
do that.
Baneling and Ling it? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
some good Baneling
There's a
hits.
Roach Warren. Okay, good.
Covering his bases. Banshee dies. That's about right. They're just so darn squishy. They take so much damage from everything. Alright, Corruptor's trying to catch them. The thing about Corruptors is they are slow. These would be Mutas, except for the fact that KeeN is pumping 3 battle cruisers at a time, so Mutas are not as good an answer against that. +1 flyer attack coming in. Yamato getting researched from KeeN. I like it, man. To get some battle cruisers out here. Banelings. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this really shouldn't work as well as it is. But Ling's going to clean this up mostly. Oh yeah, no, entirely. Okay. So all the Hellions are dead. Roaches weren't even needed in that situation.
Yeah, not a ton of micro on those Hellions there against those Lings, unfortunately, towards the end, so they do go down. KeeN is trying to mass expand to give himself a good economy. He's got a 5th base on the way. His 4th base is finished up. He's getting up turrets as well in case he gets bullied back a little bit by all these Corruptors, but it's not an easy spot sitting back as a meching Terran in this position. And that is speaking as someone who is a meching Terran quite often.
Ye old caustic spray. Can't repair through that, SCVs. You're really good at repairing through a lot of stuff. And the Corruptors turn to immediately absolutely massacre these battle cruisers because that's what they're built to do. Oh my gosh, the jumps are late.
They're so late.
I mean, okay, that's the 3rd time he's tried to jump and failed miserably.
Yeah, KeeN is in trouble. That is, like, what, 2,100 resources just lost right there?
I can't do math, but yes. Oh, there's another dead one. Trying to get out. That one escaped. Hooray! Successful teleport. 2 successful teleports. Well done.
Ling's hitting the 4th base that was killed by the Corruptors. The 5th base did get up, but it's like, what are you going to do against all these roaches now?
That's a GG.
Okay, that's why you don't mech.
Yeah, that's why you don't make battle cruisers against an elite Zerg player, because they just know how to deal with it. Corruptor, a real good unit. in that situation. That was amazing. Okay. Awesome. Again, thanks everybody who's used the Matcherino link to click the claim code button, throw some more money at these players for competing in the Africa world, and entice them to come back later. Because we want to see these players again. We like Solar. We like we like KeeN. We like more of everybody.
Yes, more great players. Innovation should be watching this series, as he's most likely going to have to play Solar.
He's making a note right now. No battle cruisers.
Or at least, if you make them, keep them alive.
Do better with teleporting with battle cruisers. Don't make hyperflight rotor banshees.
Yeah, I'll agree with that one.
Yeah. Brutal. So we're on Dragon Scales for game number 3 here. Solar and KeeN are ready to rock. I mean, I can't remember the last time I saw a TvZ where somebody went for a proxy into kind of a Master Reaper, into hyperflight rotor banshees, into battle cruisers. Like KeeN gave us something unique there for sure.
It was unique, but the style was like, the commitment to what he went for was just way too big. It set him way too far behind.
For sure.
Okay, and now he's gonna have to pull a reverse sweep in order to make it to the finals and play against Innovation. It is KeeN.
And in the top left, you know this guy. It's Solar. Yes, he's just such an interesting player, Solar. He's so good. But when he gets to Premier Tournaments, it's not quite his show.
No, it's not. And he is a very good Zerg. Like, he's got a lot of top 8s and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Under his belt, but
he gets to the top 8, and then he just never gets past it. It's this incredible roadblock for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I love him. I'd love to see him make it to a semifinal, make it to a final of a Premier Tournament, and really compete well. I just don't know what it is. Like, I don't understand what his deficiencies are that prevent him from getting there. I mean, he's a second-tier Zerg. And if he can start making it to semifinals and finals, he might push up into being a tier 1 Zerg. That'd be awesome for him.
Yeah, and it's not like he's never won games or won tournaments or anything. He has won a couple of pretty significant tournaments. Clem did Banshee battle mech? Oh dear.
Against Cyril and beat him. That's super cool. I gotta watch those VODs. Even Pig's. Yeah, Pig's most recent tournament. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. That sounds awesome.
Okay, what do we got going on so far?
No proxies.
What keeps Solar from winning a tournament is Maru for the most part. Yeah, definitely doesn't help.
I mean, Maru does that to a lot of people.
Yeah.
But it wasn't Maru that took him out in Katowice, was it?
No, it might have been Oliveira or...
Oh, man. Oliveira.
It was some Terran.
Solar matched up against... yeah, Maru. Maru 3-1'd him at Kato. Tough stuff, man. Understandable. Understandable. Have a nice day. Oh, that hurts.
Okay, now factory on the way again. Reactor, so probably going to be Hellions. Quick third base from KeeN. So go on the economic route, which I do like to see.
Yeah, and Solar is one of those Zergs that has just mastered that defensive style that Cyril kind of piloted many, many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Which I know we talk about this every time, but it just blows my mind that Zerg is designed by Blizzard to be defensive. Queens are amazing on defense. Creep is amazing for defense. And every Zerg for the first, like, 5 years of StarCraft 2 is like, 2 base, Baneling Bust, all in. Roach attacks, go mute us.
When's the last time you saw an honest-to-God Baneling Bust?
Right? That's exactly the point. It just doesn't happen because it's not how it was designed. And Cyril said, okay, fine. Like, my units are fast. I'd like to go be aggressive with them, but how about we use the speed to defend and get a huge economy up and then go steamroll people? And by golly, it worked, and every Zerg player is trying to do it, and to certain levels of success, right? Solar's one of those players that can totally do it. There aren't a ton of Zergs that can. It's like the top 4 in Solar, and then after that, it gets a little bit dicey.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Cloak on the way here for KeeN. So going to be going for that Banshee. He's got that 3rd base on the way, so no matter what he goes for, there's not going to be a huge... I mean, he's going to want to get something done, but it's not paramount that he does. It's just... it would just be very nice if he wants to avoid what happened in the previous game.
Nublar says, Clem beat Dark with battle cruisers and banshees. Okay.
Okay.
I mean,
Dark only makes roaches, so if you make banshees, I feel like you're in a pretty good spot.
Good old Dark. But yeah, Solar's at what? 61 workers, Baneling Nest coming in, Lair on the way, has made enough queens and enough lings to defend against pretty much anything KeeN wants to throw at him. He's keeping an eye on what KeeN's building. KeeN's going for more Banshee shenanigans. They're not Hyperflight Rotor this time. They're not even Cloak, actually. Are they Cloak?
I believe they are, yes.
They are Cloak Banshees. That's good. But man, look how slow they are without Hyperflight. Put, 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 put.
I think that little fan's spinning enough to keep that Banshee in the sky.
No, it's not spinning fast enough. But I don't know, we're on a different planet. Maybe the gravity and the air density is different, and on Earth I don't think that would work, but here maybe it does.
Okay. I can't question you there. Not till I visit this fictional planet.
Exactly. That's the right attitude to have. Gotta do some science. Yeah, Spore Queen.
I mean, gets 4 and 3 drones.
Yeah.
Does he get the Queen
gets out of detection range there a little bit. Gotta be careful. Transfuses, heal her up. You're not wrong, Nublar. Clem's a monster. I like Clem a lot.
Yeah, he is fun to watch.
And if he wants to branch out and start making mech and battlecruisers and stuff viable at the highest levels, I will say yes. Terran needs more viable strats. Alright, so KeeN more traditional in this match for sure. Medivacs, Marines, Combat Shield, +1 attack coming in at 7 minutes. Going for that bit of attack here with Marines, but Solar just has enough Lings and Banes where he will chase off Creep, which is bad. My fellow Zerg players in Diamond level and like low masters, do not do that. If you're Solar, you can, but no, don't chase a Terran off Creep like that.
I think Zerg just forgot to play mech against for a long time. Oh yeah, 100%. Like the meta when it comes to dealing with mech, like players do forget. That's why it works every now and then people go, mech is good.
And then Zergs are like, oh yeah, here's how we crush mech.
And that's exactly what happens. So
yeah.
Okay, those rocks being destroyed. There's a Hydra, a couple of Hydras out now. Gonna attack towards that 6 o'clock base.
Hydras for the first time today. Probably going to get some Lurker out of that too. If the game goes that long, I guess. Oh my gosh, he's not even trying to get us. He's trying to get us around.
Oh,
he wasn't. This little ring around the Rosie is super fun. Medevac,
okay.
like, fine, we'll pick 3 of you up, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, KeeN is cruising at 350 APM, but he just doesn't seem quick enough, it seems.
Nope. Yeah, the pickups in this game especially have been pretty slow. They were pretty good in game 1, I felt like, but in this game it's just like, can't quite get that fast pickup. It's expanding down to the 6 o'clock position here too for a 4th base, trying to keep the drops up, trying to slow Solar down in some way. But I mean, Solar's effectively maxed out. He's got 85 total workers.
Oh, that's nice. 4 queens.
3 queens. Or by that we mean no queens.
Oh, there we go.
Wait, no! Got him. Except for that one. 3 queens is fine, I guess. This is some great stutter step. And there we go. That's a much better pickup. So KeeN atoning for the sins of earlier in this game. But Solar is on a rampage. He just thinks about running in here. He's effectively maxed out, so might as well get an attack off. Try to kill some stuff, make some good trades. Remax, come back 4 seconds later. That's how Zerg does this. Yeah, 2/2s coming in, getting a hive. This feels like maybe another Ultralisk style game, but Marauders are in production now from KeeN a little bit earlier than in game 1.
Yeah, Marauders, tanks, sensor towers going up. He is planning on playing the late game here. Medivacs have to get out of there. But yeah, all is still decent for the Terran. When both players are maxed out, there's always a chance to win.
Yeah, Lurker Den coming in, 3-3 on the way from KeeN. How is his Lurker handling? It's tough for even the best Terran players sometimes to handle those Lurks.
Yeah, that's going to be a good question, whether he can keep up with it. 32 Banelings are on the way, which is quite concerning for the Terran, as that is like a magic eraser on whatever they connect with.
Yeah, even if they're going after tanks, it's not bad. Like this, for example, and the Marines are not... They're splitting, but they're not running as well as they should. So yeah, all the tanks die, but a good number of Marines Marauders survive.
Yeah, they do kill off all the tanks for the most part. A lot of Banelings have to be remade. Vipers on the way, Seismic Spines on the way, so Lurkers will be a threat soon. If Solar can't just beat down this army of KeeN, he is trying to. That tank being repaired though, good to see from KeeN. But yeah, Solar is free reign on the map, it seems almost like. He's got a good amount of bases, 6 bases in total.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a 1,500 mineral bank, 500 gas in the bank right now. Adrenals coming in. Seismic Spines is on the way. This is tough. Creep spread's insane. Every time KeeN tries to push out, he finds himself on creep, and that's not where you want to be.
No, it is not. The Lurkers abduct, or will they Blinding Cloud? Either way, it looks like Solar is getting ready for a big engagement, and he's going to go for it. No Blinding Clouds just yet. Parasitic Bomb.
There's one.
Some of the Medivacs. A lot of this bio is going to be fine as the Zerg on the right side disappears. Good. The Zerg on the left gets pushed back, and Solar actually lost a lot of supply there. He's now down on supply.
Yeah, he's been researching Lurkers like crazy. He just doesn't have any of them here. Banelings canceled. Army value bigger here for the Terran right now. Banelings trying to connect. Marauders absorbing that damage as much as they can. And wow, KeeN, this might be a situation where KeeN just kind of keeps walking forward, stutter stepping forward.
The Zerg overcommitted, not having enough units or larvae ready to replace that entire swarm. I mean, it's not going to take Solar too long, but I'm not sure that these 31 Banelings will do any better than the 30 that came before them.
Yeah, plus 3 Ground Carapace finishes, so these are some pretty darn upgraded Lings and Banes, but not enough Hydras, not enough anything else here. Yeah, that's another hatch down. Counterattack from Solar down into the third base of KeeN. He's trying to get Lings to do stuff. Ooh. And he does. Yeah, these fully upgraded Cracklings, man, they are tough to deal with in situations like this. I think the Lings should have tried to go into the natural there, but it is bringing KeeN home a little bit.
Yeah, he does really pull him back. That gives Solar a little bit of time. He's now getting out 6 Lurkers. How many Ghosts are there? There's currently 2, so not enough to deal with 6 Lurkers.
Yeah, Marauders, depending on the positioning, can handle Lurkers to a certain extent, but definitely want Liberators or Ghosts or Siege Tanks in that situation. Great scan. Sees exactly what he's dealing with. Sees the Lurks, sees the Baneling count, says, do we want to go up that ramp? Not really. I don't know. Set up on your own high ground, I guess, is the play right now from KeeN. He's working on vehicle weapons level 3, which is awesome. Another Ling counterattack down to the south, to where KeeN has a couple pretty vulnerable bases.
Yeah, round 2 with this harassment. This time he's going for the surround on this army. He's going to get most of these units. It looks like some Lings get into the natural, and those can cause a lot of carnage here. There's not a ton of SCVs here to kill, but this is the reinforcements of KeeN compromised, it looks like. He should be able to clean this up, but...
He'll clean it up, but it's slowing him down and letting Solar rebuild. Yeah, Siege Tanks with +2 being like, hey, Lurkers, good luck with that. And yeah, see then the Marauders come in. Transfuses are required. Queen wanders into tank range, gets wiped out. There are still Lings down to the south, though. And yeah, has to bring home a fairly significant portion of his army to clean this thing up. 20 more SCVs die. It's 85 to 58 workers. Solar's ahead, but I mean, mules are good. KeeN going to take out another hatch of Solar. Solar has rebuilt the 2 that died previously along that left side. And he's coming back in with more of these fully upgraded Lings.
The Crackling counterattacks, they're just insane. Lurker's going to burrow on the front. They do get scanned on top of, so a little bit overzealous there by Solar. Good reaction by KeeN.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought those Lings had +3 attack already, but they weren't doing as well against the Marauders as I thought, so there you go. I don't know. I think KeeN's doing pretty well here, but these Ling counterattacks are kind of ruining him.
Yeah, and can he take a fight against the army of Solar with all the Banelings, with all the Hydras in there? He's got to be careful not to overextend at all. Solar's all over the place, really trying to throw a wrench in KeeN's plans. These Lings get in there. The third base now going to be under trouble.
And KeeN trying to go up the right side, too, is just getting shoved back in that direction as well. Banelings off creep, though fine, we'll explode on tanks. We don't care. One-shotting Marines there. Hydra's taking it down, and Solar.
GG.